Hello and welcome back. Paulie here, and I've got a great recipe. Alright, we have some asparagus here, and there's a couple ways of doing this here. You can take the stalk and bend it where it breaks there, and you know that that fibrous part is gone and you've got a tender stalk there ready to go. So you can do it like that, or you can measure the size of your pan and go ahead and cut the size or the stalks to fit. However you want to do it, but I've got a pan ready to go here, and it is on medium-high heat. So we're going to go in with a little bit of oil. This is a neutral, like canola oil. So we'll get that in there. We'll get that going around. We'll go ahead and go in with our asparagus here. Get them all laid out there nice and neat. And we'll get the cooking process started here. We're going to let these go for about a minute or so. We'll swirl them around. Like I said, you'll just want to stir them around like this. Get them coated in the oil and such. I'm going to add a little bit of unsalted butter to mine, but that's optional. And do the same. That gives a nice little bit of a nutty browning effect to it. Added nut flavor. Asparagus already has that when it starts to brown, but this will add a little extra to it. Like I say, after about a minute or so, we'll move on. But I'm going to add some Vidalia onion in right now with mine. Sweet onion. Get those toasting. See how they're getting a nice vibrant color there too. We'll let this go for about another minute. And while we're letting it go, we'll stir it occasionally just so they don't burn and that kind of thing. You want to get some nice browning, but you don't want them to just char on just one side. You want to get them all around. Get a little browning effect going on. Alright, you can see the nice caramelization we've got going on there. So at this time I'm going to go in with some herb de Provence. Like so. And we're going to go in with a little bit of lemon juice. Give it a mix. Now the next step is going to cause some steam, but that's part of the cooking process, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of water. You can use white wine if you prefer. But we'll let this cook for another minute or so, and then we'll be ready to take it out or test it. Before we take it out, we'll test it, and then we'll be ready to plate up. Alright, I turned the heat off on my asparagus, and we take a knife and we can just test it like so. And it's got a little resistance, but not too much. and it'll literally go right in and through. But it's got you want it to have some kind of resistance to the tooth there, when you bite it. You want to have a little bit of crunch, but you don't want it mushy. But there you go. So we're ready to plate up. Okay, here is our finished product, and we're gonna go ahead and finish seasoning our asparagus here. I'm gonna use some natural sea salt flakes to go on our asparagus, like so. Now these are really good finishing salt here. Some extra virgin olive oil. I'm using like an Arbequina, so it's a more mild type olive oil, but very tasty. So we got some of that. And then last but not least, I'm going to use some raspberry balsamic vinegar. Now this is really good stuff, so it's almost like a syrup. But if you don't have that, you can use just regular. But anyway, there is our finished dish. Asparagus with Vidalia or sweet onion, a little bit of herb de Provence, lemon juice, butter, salt, and raspberry balsamic vinegar, extra virgin olive oil. Very simple dish, but very tasty and loaded with flavor. And you can make it in less than 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.